Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along Interstate 37, US-281, and Interstate 410 here in San Antonio, Texas. So this video is both a remake and expansion of an episode I did as part of the 2022 season. If you guys remember watching the original video, this particular video had a certain song by the Doobie Brothers called China Grove playing as the soundtrack for this video. And if you guys didn't already know, China Grove is actually a real town located on the eastern side of San Antonio, and I-37 just so happens to be the closest interstate that passes close to this community. So I decided to use it in the original video. And of course, this was around the time that I began transitioning out of using copyrighted music for my videos and then using more of the royalty-free music that I currently use for my videos. So I knew eventually that I wanted to remake this video. And since the original video was only about 3 minutes long because of the one song that I used, I decided to expand this video and show you guys a whole bunch of footage that I never originally used as part of the 2022 season here as we pass along US Route 281, and then we took that up to 410 and then basically looped back around to where the video started. And one thing I will say about my time here in San Antonio, Texas is that I really did enjoy my time here in San Antonio, even though it was very, very brief. So I did the most of what I could here in the 24 hours that I was in the San Antonio area. So I basically rolled into San Antonio about 4 o'clock the previous day. And then by about 3 o'clock the next day, I was already out of San Antonio and making my way up towards Austin, Texas, where I'd be spending the next night. While in San Antonio, Texas, I spent a great deal of time there at the Alamo, which I really enjoyed, and honestly, it's a lot smaller than I expected. Maybe it's just because pictures make it look bigger than it actually is, but nonetheless, I really did enjoy my time there, just learning about San Antonio and, of course, the area and the city's history. And then, of course, I drove on as many San Antonio freeways as I possibly could in the short time that I was here. And of course, I made the most of what I could here, showcasing I-37, and then I eventually recorded I-10 and I-35 through the city as well. And I actually had pretty good traffic during my entire time here in San Antonio, Texas. So I was just really happy that I was able to get everything that I could in the small time frame that I was here. And the next time I'm in San Antonio, I'm definitely going to be spending more than 24 hours here because I definitely want to see more of the city than I got to see when I was here in 2021. And let me tell you folks, being a Californian, when I first rolled into the San Antonio area, I knew it was going to be hot, but oh boy, this was one of my first times feeling the true humidity of the southern United States. And I was definitely not used to it. I was definitely kind of getting a little bit of a culture shock, I guess you could tell, by the weather here. And even though, as you could see here in this video, how it's kind of cloudy and overcast, it was still very warm and humid. I definitely took a while to adjust to the temperature differences here and the humidity in San Antonio compared to that very dry climate that we have out there in the western United States. So yeah, the looks can be very deceptive here, especially when it comes to the weather, let me tell you folks. Alright everyone, I just want to give a shout out to all my social media accounts that you see on the screen here because I really am trying to grow my social media accounts beyond just here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that social media platform, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on there. My username is just InterstateKyle. What's really cool about my Instagram is if I'm on a road trip, I will post on my story of where I am and what I'm doing, so it's just a really cool way for you guys to follow along with me in real time to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I know my videos on here can get pretty dated very quickly, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing in real time, I highly recommend checking out my Instagram, and I would really appreciate your support over there. You guys can also check out my Facebook group and my Twitter/X account. The links to all those are down in the description. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my Patreon, which is a way for you guys to support me beyond YouTube here. If you guys want to join my Patreon, you guys can get special perks for joining, like watching all of my videos early before they are released here on YouTube. And all the money I make on there goes right back into this YouTube channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. The link to my Patreon is also down in the description, so if you really want to check it out, I would really appreciate your extra support over there as well. And another thing that is set up on my channel is Super Thanks, which is located to the right of where you would normally like one of my videos. What that basically is just a way for you guys to tip me out for each video going forward if you feel that I've earned it, of course. And then all the money on there also goes right back to this channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. And with all that said, folks, I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video here as we drove around San Antonio here along I-37, US-281, and I-410 here in San Antonio, Texas. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to the next adventure, and we will see you next time.